I'm sure you have heard about the Philippines, a tropical island located in the Pacific. Chances are you associate it with World War II and General Douglas MacArthur's famous quote, "I shall return." Then there was his iconic march to the surf when he did return. And he brought with them that big stick we lovingly call the US military. The Japanese were driven off the islands with lot of blood and lives lost. But no one was prepared for what was discovered after the war. Japanese atrocities that made Nazi Germany pale by comparison. The Japanese left behind thousands of bodies not killed by bombs or bullets. Thousands of bodies and souls could not rest. Most of the doctors experimenting on prisoners were never brought to trial, and that left behind a lot of unhappy spirits. Which brings up something most mainlanders have failed to notice about the Philippines. It appears to be a center for extreme paranormal activity. Brand media visited the islands looking for the mystical Biringan Sea. We looked here and there and over there and found a potential clue at the Casa Vallejo and a city called Baguio. Baguio is the largest city in northern Luzon, the island that is home to Manila and several tourist attractions like Tagaytay and Donsol. It is a mountain city, so almost survival go for someone who is intolerant to high humidity, beautiful and spread over several mountains. It is known as the summer capital of the Philippines. Baguio is also considered the most haunted city in the world. Not surprisingly, it was site to some of the most savage and bloody atrocities committed by the Japanese during World War II, and tribal warfare that lasted for tens of thousands of years was prevalent in the area. One of the prettiest restaurants in Baguio is located in Casa Vallejo, the oldest hotel in the city proper. It was built in 1909 to house government officials and was converted to a hotel in 1923. Aside from the hotel, Casa Vallejo features the restaurant Hill Station, Mount Cook Bookshop, and North Heaven Spa. Some have suggested that old mirrors in the hotel acted as portal to another world. The same place the Biringan Encantos live? Maybe. But even renovation and replacing the mirrors did not stop the ghost. One 2016 visitor reported about a shadow that walked through a room while they occupied. It moved past the guest and entered a walk-in closet, then vanished, which I guess shadows will do in the dark. But one occupant reported feeling a blow in his neck, and another reportedly hid under his sheets when the bathroom shower turned it on then off by itself. In daylight, it is a charming place. But when the night falls, the old floors creak and strange sightings are reported. Casa Vallejo served as detention center for German prisoners in World War I. The Japanese took up residence there during their occupation, and one must wonder if they committed the same act of rape and murder that are common at the White House, just up the mountain near the teacher's camp. Who the ghosts are and why they remain is a mystery. We tried to ask the clerks what they thought, but the supervisor at the end of the counter made it clear they were not to talk. Perhaps they are not ghosts at all. They may be Encanto, the Philippine special supernatural entity who are only visible when they choose, and a cadre of who reported live in Biringan. So, one city, multiple haunted locations, and the list keeps growing. Interestingly, the concept of ghost did not arrive in the Philippines until the Spanish invaded in 1700s. It was reinforced by the Japanese through a long history of trade and conquest. But the Philippines were settled far earlier than the 1700s. In fact, archaeological evidence shows that the Philippines archipelago was settled at least 30,000 years ago, primarily by Indonesian migrants and spirits. If not ghosts, either came with the new settlers or were there waiting. Common to the Philippine culture prior to the Spanish arrival were witches, bloodsuckers, shape-shifters, and the demons they call Encanto. They are all clearly defined, except for one category of Encanto that Samarans did say hail from Biringan. The Biringan Encanto defies the stereotype of the traditional Encanto, and may well be the remain of a race of people who were there waiting for the Indonesian explorers over 30,000 years ago, sometimes known as the first people. The Biringan Encantos are something to be feared. Sits at the core of the Biringan File, a documentary by Brand Media, currently in post-production and which is scheduled for a late 2019 release. Hope you will keep an eye out for the Biringan File, because if you think ghosts are scary, these things will give you chills.